I'm Hannah. I'm a member of the team here at Relief Band, and I'm so excited. This is our first time on Market to introduce you to our products and shop the spring sale event. We're actually doing 30% off of all of our products just on Market because we're so excited to be doing this for the first time and introducing our products to everybody. So all of the prices that you'll see on Market today are marked off as 30% off. You don't have to do any kind of promo code or anything. It's 30% off retail, just again, because we're really excited for this to be our kickoff event, hopefully one of many here on Market. But again, I'm Hannah. I'm so excited to talk to you about Relief Band and just chat through all of our products, all of the amazing ways that you can use them, answer some of your questions, share real stories from real users who find amazing relief from Relief Band, and just chat through and get you guys excited about our products as much as I am. A little bit about Relief Band. So we are a wearable technology company. So we create wearable devices that prevent and treat nausea. So what does that mean? That is motion sickness, morning sickness, seasickness, nausea caused by anxiety, migraines, things like chemotherapy, post-operative. Basically, if you experience nausea from pretty much anything, our products will be of benefit to you. We have some amazing patented technology that we use. So I'm gonna show just a quick video that gives an overview of how that works.
Relief Band is wearable technology that puts you in control of nausea and vomiting without drugs and without delay. Relief Band works by generating a pattern of highly specific pulses that modulate the median nerve on the underside of the wrist using a process called neuromodulation. These pulses generate a signal which travels through the body's natural neural pathways to the nausea center of the brain and to an area called the dorsal vagal complex. The signal then modulates the natural neural pathways between brain and stomach via the vagus nerve, restoring normal gastric rhythm and immediately relieving the sensation of nausea. Relief Band. Wearable technology treats morning sickness and motion sickness without drugs, without delay. Discover more at reliefband.com.
So as you saw in the video, we use this amazing technology, which is 100% natural. It's drug-free and side effect-free. So it taps into your body's own natural healing system, which is your parasympathetic nervous system, which is also your calming system. So that's why a lot of people do find relief from symptoms of anxiety and migraines. For me, I also actually use it for sleep. When I'm finding myself quite restless, I find it really calms me down and gets me in a great mode for sleep. But the overall, really important benefit is for nausea. So the product, it has these two little electro contacts, and these sit on the underside of the wrist. I'm wearing one now. They stimulate that median nerve, sending messages directly to the parts of your brain that control nausea and vomiting, effectively telling it to turn off those symptoms. The other thing about our product that I personally just really love is it can be used before or after symptoms start. So, if you're getting in the back of an Uber and you suffer from car sickness, you can put it on before you get in that car, put it on at a low level setting, and you'll be able to prevent that car sickness from happening. But at the same time, if you're already in a car and you didn't put the relief band on and your Uber driver's going a little bit crazy, you can put on your relief band. I keep one in my purse 24/7. So put on your relief band, crank it up a little bit to a little bit of a higher setting, and you will be able to treat those symptoms right away. Works within minutes. So it's really fast acting, and then it's a very long lasting treatment. So as long as you're wearing the band, you will be provided with relief from those symptoms. So I want to walk everybody through some of our products. They all use that exact same technology, so they all work the same. We have over 50 clinical trials that actually prove our efficacy. So all of our products utilize that same technology, but we have some pretty cool features that just really meet the needs of the modern consumer. Our products were originally actually developed for use in hospitals. So they were truly a medical device used by medical professionals for patients, especially from post-operative nausea and drug-related nausea. But I think, as we all know, there's very few medical devices in in a hospital that you'd want to be seen using out in the world. So when we, transitioned this to a consumer device, we knew that we had to incorporate features that just the modern day user is going to want out in the world, to take on, travel and adventures and activities. So we have this beautiful range of products that just have all of these super cool features. These are products that I use, that pretty much all of my friend and family use right now. When I joined Relief Band, I was saying, like, I hadn't been familiar with it prior to joining the team. And I just said to everyone, I was like, how did I not know that this existed? Like, everyone I know needs one of these. And that is the response I get from everybody I talk to about Relief Band is, oh my gosh, I need one of those. I need it in my car. I need that in my glove box. I need that in my purse. So it's just, it works as a really good, just on hand item, in the household, in the first aid kit, in the car. But at the same time, it's also a really good gift. If for me, I've gifted it recently to a friend named Jordan. She is in her first trimester of maternity. She is pregnant. And, she called me one day and she said, it was funny. She already had a relief band. She had been using her relief band traveling for work. So she used to travel for work and she would use her relief band in cars for car sickness. And then she gets pregnant and she calls me one day and she's like, I'm absolutely miserable. I can't enjoy my pregnancy at all. I'm having morning sickness. And I said, why aren't you using your relief band? And she was like, oh my gosh, I completely forgot that it works for morning sickness. So I've gifted this to pretty much everyone in my friends and family, that, it has any need for it, including morning sickness, people I know who are, undergoing surgery or chemotherapy. So it is a really great gift. But yeah, I figure we can go into some of our products. So I'm going to start with the Flex. So this is Relief Band Flex. So we talked about how originally Relief Band was used for, hospitals, and it was probably pretty unsexy. So when we, brought it as a consumer product, we really, upgraded it to be perfect for the modern day consumer. So Relief Band Flex has this awesome comfort fit band. It's the same kind of band that I'm wearing right now. It comes in black. It's super comfortable, super soft. So you can wear it, you can have it on all day, whether it's on or not. You can wear it all day. So if you're at the amusement park, and when you're just walking around and eating, you don't have to turn it on, but it's comfortable enough to keep it on your wrist the whole time and then turn it on before you go on Space Mountain. Oh, I saw we have some chats and we have some questions. Mary says, we have a trip coming up. I need to chat with my boyfriend about this. Absolutely. This is the travel essential. Like, whether you're, I'm curious where your trip is going, but if it's a cruise, if it's a boat, if it's a plane, if it's a train, like, these are just like, it's such a must have. So get yourself one, get your boyfriend one. Someone says, OMG, I have the worst car sickness when not driving the car. Me too. So that is the number one reason I use Relief Band. It's always in my purse. And the funny thing is, if I'm not taking it out for myself, I'm taking it out for someone that I'm with that is suffering from car sickness or motion sickness at the time. So yeah, I'm glad that you guys are, seeing the need. Oh, you're going to the Keys. Mary's going to the Keys. Oh my gosh, I've not been to the Keys. My colleague Val goes to the Keys with her family, and she's been raving about it. So I don't know. Let us know how it is. Maybe I'll have to go. So Relief Band Flex has this beautiful comfort fit band. You can wear it all the time. It also is battery replaceable, and it just takes 2 coin cell batteries. So it's super easy to switch out, super accessible, lasts up to 350 hours before you need to change those batteries. So you can, just not think about it. That's the one that I keep in my purse 24/7, keep in the glove box, don't have to think about recharging it. Douglas says, I love Space Mountain. So it's actually funny. It's a pain point for me that I've actually never been to Disney. My whole team makes fun of me for it. I would love to go to Disney. I would love to go to Space Mountain. I would for sure have my relief band on for that. I definitely get motion sickness, but I love a thrill at the same time. So that's what I love. Like, when I talk to people about relief band, it's like people are like, oh my gosh, I can finally do that stuff that I've always wanted to do, take that trip, take that adventure. We hear from, a lot of our over 50 folks are like, hey, it takes a lot more for me to keep up with my grandkids these days when they want to go on Space Mountain or even go on that carousel spinny thing at the park. Or, oh, I heard from someone, their grandkids are into Roblox and Minecraft, and they get, they're a grandparent and they get dizzy watching these things. A lot of people use our products for virtual reality and gaming. So yeah, so that is totally, a great use for that. And I love just hearing from people who are just like, this, I can finally do this stuff and just not have to think twice about it. I always say, like, for me, it's like travel insurance, because who wants to spend that kind of money on a cruise, a Disney trip, any of these things, a charter boat, and then be sick and either be in the bathroom the whole time or be on the dock just waving goodbye to your family. I chartered a boat with all of my in-laws, my husband, my mother and father-in-law, my brother and sister-in-law, two kids. And I'm just going to say that 99% of us were violently ill on this charter boat. We could not wait to get off of it. And I think we paid $300 a person for it. And that was way prior to my time at Relief Band. And I really wish I would have had it, because, you spend so much money on those trips, and it's just, wouldn't you want to guarantee that you're going to be able to actually enjoy it and not be watching from the sidelines? Oh, Mary asks, can young children use this? So our products are 100% safe. So the good thing is, because they're natural, because they're drug and side effect free, that's why they're safe for, pregnant people. So for kids, the important thing is really that they're able to just kind of keep it on. So I would say the next model I'm going to talk about is the Sport. So the Flex and Sport are fully adjustable. So you'll see it's like Velcro, and I have a pretty small wrist, so these work really well for me. So you can fully adjust them. So the thing is, it just it has to be on like a certain location. So the way you find your median nerve is you put two fingers right under that crease of your hand, and then that's where your median nerve is. So then you just apply a little bit of conductivity gel. This is the same thing they use for sonograms, hypoallergenic, just a clear gel. You apply that, and then you put the band on. So I would just say with kids tend to be a little fussy. I don't personally have any of them for that reason. Just kidding. But they can be a little fussy. So if they're pulling at it and they're twisting it and things, that's the only reason that it might not be as effective. So I would just say it's perfectly safe for kids. Just make sure it's strapped on, and maybe every once in a while check that it's in the right spot. But yes, totally safe for kids. Maria, oh boy, those rides get me every time. I feel you. I have definitely been in that situation. Yeah, we get tons of photos from people using it at places like Disneyland. So that's the thing. It's like, take back your life, right? Like, no one wants to be the person who's waving from the ground, holding everybody's stuff and saying, oh, hope you're having a good time. Like, you want to be on the ride. You want to be next to your friends and family and your grandkids. So like, get back out there. Like, take those rides, and, take them by the reins, take them back. Jessica says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Jessica. That's a very formal greeting. Okay, I'm going to move on to the Relief Band Sport. This is such a unique product. It is a one-of-a-kind, like, wearable device because it is IPX7 waterproof. So all of our products are splash resistant, but this is waterproof to the point where it can be fully submerged. So what I love about this, and people who love this are boating, fishing, cruising. They are using it for those kind of purposes. If you're fishing, you've got like the chum bucket. You want to just be able to like dunk your hand in there, not have to think, oh, do I need to take this off? Same with all of those other activities. So Sport is fantastic. This is the one I'm wearing. Comes in black, but it also comes in this really beautiful gray. So if you're someone like it's a little lighter, brighter, maybe more pastel-y, I'm a fashion girly. So if you're someone who, you want to wear your white dress on the cruise, this goes much better with that. So we got the Relief Band Sport. It has that same really beautiful like comfort band that I was talking about. So again, like super, super comfortable to wear. But again, the big thing with that one is waterproof. It's also battery rechargeable. This one lasts 30 hours of continuous use on one charge, and then it's just a USB charger. So super easy to pack and take with you if you are planning any of those trips. Jane says, my father loves fishing. I'm sure he would love this. Oh, for sure. So I just found out today I'm actually going on a 4-day work trip that is basically on a boat the entire time. So I will be wearing, and it's a fishing boat. It's a whole fishing trip. So I am actually going to meet with a lot of people in the fishing and boating space. I went to a trade show that was all professional anglers and captains last year in Orlando. And, it was funny. I thought to myself, like, these are professionals, right? Like, are they going to be dealing with seasickness? Like, I think I would think it's more amateurs or people getting on a boat every once in a while. You would be shocked. I heard probably from a dozen different charter boat captains, and so many of them told me there was a guy, he's been a captain for 20 years and he still gets seasick. Now he was taking Dramamine and and I said, well, doesn't that make you drowsy? Don't you get all these other side effects? How do you deal with that? He laid out this strategy that he uses where it is like 12 hours ahead of him getting on a boat. He starts his process. He's like, I take it at this time, then I eat, then I take, whatever. And he did all these things and jumped through all these hoops so that he could get on the boat, not feel nauseous, but also not get the drowsiness from Jeremy. He was trying to do this whole thing. And he was like, that's the process I do. And I said, what if, hear me out, you just 2 minutes before you got on the boat, you put on a relief band and you turned it on, and that was it. And you could see the light went off in his head. He's like, oh my gosh, it could be that easy. And I was like, it could be that easy. And at the same time, so we've got real captains who've done this for 20 years using our product. But at the same time, I've heard from so many people, charter boat captains who are using it on their boat for guests. So they have 5 or 10, devices. And we heard from this one guy who said that there was a guy on his boat, super, super sick. He was heave ho over the side of the boat. And so the captain came and gave him a relief band, and the guy got immediate relief. He was fine. He said 2 minutes later, he's chugging a beer. He's having a great time. Well, about an hour later, the guy starts throwing up again. And the captain says, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. This has never happened. Relief band always works. I'm so, so sorry. Looks at it, the battery had died. This was one that he hadn't charged in a really long time. Battery died, and that's why the guy started getting sick again. He says, I threw a new one on him. He was back to normal again. So fishing, absolutely. That is, Jane, you should definitely get it. If your father loves to fish, this is such a great thing to have on the boat for himself or for guests on the boat. And like I said, sometimes we hear from certain people, certain conditions, even if they never get seasick, there are certain conditions where even the most avid angler or fisher can experience seasickness. Linda says, that is amazing that a captain uses this. Great story. Yeah. Oh, I was shocked. Like I said, I went to this trade show thinking like, I don't think these are the kind of people that are suffering from seasickness. No, I've heard, I've learned about all the different types of fishing, and apparently offshore fishing. We had a captain again who said, he goes, my wife has always wanted to come offshore fishing with me. I have this boat, this is something I love and I do, and I spend so much time doing. He goes, I would love to spend that time doing it with my wife. We have an amazing video. Maybe I'll bring it on our next live shopping. I'll get this video up. We met him at the trade show with his wife. I gave him one. I said, use this, put it, she can use it. I was like, tell me how it works. Take her offshore fishing. They were out for an 8-hour day offshore fishing. She has never, ever, ever been able to do that. She's always been too sick. He filmed like a 20-minute video, and he kept just putting this camera on her being like, I can't believe this. Like she's loving it. Like he was like, these are rocky waters. So yeah, fishing. And as I said, the sport is definitely the model for you. If you are gifting it to someone, or if you're buying it for boating or fishing, that's for sure the one you want. So again, it's battery rechargeable up to 30 hours of use. And another thing I haven't mentioned is they all have customizable level settings. So this one has 6 level settings, and that just means that you can crank it up as much as you need to provide the relief that you need. So if you're on really rough waters and you need a little bit more of a kick, like you can do that. You can put it down at a lower setting depending on how that's working for you. So they're all really customizable in that way. The next one is super unique. So I'm going to show you this one and you're going to be like, what the heck is that? Because it's very different from the other product. So this one, we talked, it has the band, and then it looks like an upside down watch, right? So it's great. It works. It's awesome. But, it looks like an upside down watch. So if you're someone who you want to be discreet, right? I always say this is our sleek, chic, discreet model. So, if you're a chronic sufferer of nausea, if you're treating, an illness or a condition, or if you're a pregnant person, my friend Jordan, who's using this, she's pregnant right now. That is, you might want to be discreet. Maybe you're not telling people that you're pregnant yet. So Premier is absolutely fantastic for that. It lasts up to 18 hours on a charge. It is rechargeable, splash resistant. But the big thing about it is its beautiful, sleek look. So it looks like you're just wearing a fitness device, right? So I'll put this one on for you. It comes in two beautiful colors. So we've got the blue and we've got the gray. Oh, someone says very stylish. Oh, it is. It's so chic. I love the look of this one. So you've got this charcoal gray, you've got the blue. I'll put this one on for you. So it's a really nice silicone soft touch material. So you put it on. So it still has those electrodes. They're just a lot more discreet there. So you put that on. And like I said, if you just don't want anyone asking about it, maybe again, you're treating kind of all day long, you're treating a condition that you just don't want people asking about. Is that a medical device, right? This does not look like a medical device. This looks like a Fitbit, right? So super sleek, super stylish. I think this color is really beautiful. Again, comes in the charcoal, rechargeable, easy, toss it in your bag, have it. Again, very comfortable to wear all day. We do find, like I said, a lot of chronic sufferers. This is one that I always gift to people if they are going through, unfortunately, something like chemotherapy, or again, makes a really great gift for morning sickness. So if you have a pregnant someone says outstanding. Thank you. I also believe it's outstanding. This is just the one that for people who are treating, for a long time, or again, maybe they're just your fashion girly. Like that's the one. And I want to remind you guys too, these just for the purposes of this sale and this shopping event, we are doing 30% off. So all the prices you see on Market are 30% off our retail. You don't have to add a code. They're just marked down. So this one's actually originally $279, and then we have it on sale for $195.99. So we never ever really do those deals, but we want to do that for our first time in Market. So if you are going to go for this one, this is such a fantastic deal. Jessica says, what a great baby shower gift for a new mom. Oh, for sure. Like I was just talking to someone about that. And, we were at another trade show. They're sending me to all these trade shows, probably because I like to talk, right? So we were at this trade show, and we were talking to this retailer which provides supplies for moms. And I said, the thing is, like, you give someone a breast pump, right? They're going to use that while they're feeding and breastfeeding, but it's never going to come in handy after that. When you're done breastfeeding, you're never going to pull it out and be like, oh, maybe I can also use it for this. At least I love this as a gift because it's a great gift for morning sickness, to treat that morning sickness. But at the end of it, when you're out of morning sickness, you're not pregnant, you also have an amazing device that you can use for all of those other things. We've been talking about like car sickness and boating and seasickness and anxiety and nausea. Raymond says, my kids could have used this past weekend. Oh, well, I don't know how old your kids are, but you did make me just think of this. If you have college age kids, or maybe, well, I guess 21-year-old and above kids, hangovers, it's not something we talk about a lot because, we have people using it for a lot more serious reasons, but it does work for nausea caused by hangovers. And I don't know anyone in this room who's ever used it for that, can't say, but I can say it works for that. So don't know if those are the kids you're referring to. Raven says, or Jane says, this is safe to use, correct? Yes. So again, like just really doubling down on the safety of it. That's why it's okay for pregnant people to use, which, if you're pregnant, they tell you can't do this, can't use this, can't use this. This is drug and side effect free. So fully no drugs, no unwanted side effects. It's tapping into your body's own natural healing system. So it is using the tools your body already has. It's just activating them and allowing them to work quickly and effectively for you. The only people we ever recommend to really speak with a physician ahead of time is if you have a pacemaker. So, and that's pretty standard practice. Anyone who has a pacemaker, should always just check before they use a device like this. But otherwise, yes, completely safe, Jane. Hangovers, that's a bonus. That's what I mean. I'm like, it's just so good to have on hand because for whatever reason, you end up feeling that kind of way. It's just good to have. So have it at home, have it in maybe the bedside table if you ever wake up feeling a little bit rough. But yeah, those are the products. So I did want to just go through a couple reviews. We have some great reviews from some real users, so you can hear from them. So Kimberly says, my husband is getting chemotherapy and I bought this as a last resort to try to help him. He swears by it and never goes without it. It has helped so much with his nausea. I would recommend to anyone to give it a try. So again, like we've talked a lot about really fun, awesome adventures in Space Mountain and fishing, but this is also something that's providing real relief for people who are going through something as horrible as chemotherapy. Many people know that nausea is one of the number one symptoms of chemotherapy, as well among others. But I have gifted this to several people in my friends and family who either are themselves going through chemotherapy or know somebody, and to provide them with relief and quality of life is just it's priceless, right? Like what kind of price can you put on something like that? Gabby says, flow sleek, love the design. Yes, I'm glad you do. I do. I want to read, while we're on chemotherapy, I want to read one review. This is a testimonial that was sent to our CEO from a woman named Amy. And it's a little bit of a tearjerker, but I always share this because it's really a touching story. So she says, hi, Rich, I wanted to reach out and give you a heartfelt thank you. I'll explain. My 11-year-old daughter's soccer coach, Scott, has had the most profound impact on hundreds of families in and around our town in Massachusetts. He has coached her for years, and it is hard to articulate what a larger than life personality he has and how respected he is in the soccer community. He was diagnosed with brain cancer about 2 years ago in his mid-40s, and after a year and a half of treatment, we lost him yesterday. During his treatment, he had the obvious side effects and was so sick. However, he managed to still coach twice a week for an entire year without missing a single practice, but often sitting out because of nausea. A friend kindly lent me a relief band. He used the Premier to pass along to him to try. It changed his life. He had relief for the first time in months and was able to function and participate in daily activities with appreciated comfort. His girlfriend messaged me on the side that she was so grateful for the band, and she had such peace knowing that he was able to function again. I regret not saving his text messages with a heartfelt thank you. We are all devastated by his loss, but I wanted to reach out and say thank you on behalf of him, his family, and all of his friends and kiddos that he coached for giving him some relief and comfort during his treatment. And I will just say that is why myself and our entire team do what we do. Whether it is providing someone like Scott some quality of life and some relief so he can spend those last year with his family and friends, or allowing someone to get back on a boat to enjoy time with their wife, or go on that trip, or get on the roller coaster with their grandkids. Like, that is truly what we do, and it works. Like, people deserve to have something they can really rely on. Someone says, whoa, that's amazing about chemo. Jane says, wow, that is such a beautiful story. Yeah, we share this one a lot internally. We talk about it a lot internally because, again, like, this is the core. This is what we do, right? Like, we all do this because we love it and because we know that it can truly, truly help people. And we hear it every day. Jessica says, thank you for sharing. You're welcome. I'll put a couple more reviews. Let's just take a look at a couple more reviews just to see some other ones. Word on a 7-day cruise that was very choppy the last few days. It performed great. No nausea, no drugs. That's the other thing about Dramamine is, like, one, I had someone once describe their cruise as the most expensive nap they ever took because they took Dramamine the whole time and they were drowsy the whole time. So they were just sleeping. So they paid all that money for that cruise and they didn't enjoy it. Or the other thing is, people don't always remember this, but you actually aren't supposed to drink on Dramamine. And if you're on a cruise, you're probably sipping a pina colada. So a cruise is, this is a must-have for sure if you're planning a cruise. Let's take a look at another review. I had a migraine and started to get nauseous. I thought I was going to be sick, but I put this on and within minutes it passed. I'm a huge proponent for anyone to use this. Yeah, my husband actually suffers from migraines, and he always puts a relief on at the first start of a migraine symptom. Someone says, that's crazy if it made such a difference for him like that. Yeah, back to our Scott story. Someone says expensive nap. Yeah, I laugh at that all the time. Like it could be if you take Dramamine. Sometimes, I mean, I personally can't. Can't take Dramamine. It will knock me out. I would step on that cruise, take Dramamine, and wake up 7 days later asking everyone else how the cruise was. So it's like just guarantee yourself that you're going to get the most out of that amazing cruise and have those those memories. You're not going to be sidelined by the nausea, but you're also not going to be on the most expensive nap of your trip. Someone says the Relief Band is the first product I have tried that eliminated the nausea of motion sickness. I have tried the pills, the patch, the pressure bands, and none of those products worked as well as Relief Bands. Yeah, the other thing is people talk about scopolamine patches. They're like a patch you put right here. And I believe they're actually recently banned in Canada. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I've heard some pretty horror stories about the side effects. And there's a laundry list right on the package of all of the side effects and all of the warnings. So you can't drive if you're using it. People can experience temporary blindness. I mean, I just like, why trade one side effect for another, right? So why trade? Okay, I'm not nauseous, but I might feel all of these other laundry list symptoms of things. So someone asks, or someone says, what are the main differences between the three bands? Sure, of course. So Flex is going to be the most affordable of these three products. It's more of an entry level and it's battery replaceable. Sport is super important if you care about it being waterproof. These are all splash resistant. This is IPX7 waterproof. So again, if you're boating, fishing, cruising, it also comes in two colors. So Flex comes only in black, Sport comes in black and gray. So some people buy it just because they love this really light gray color. But yeah, if you care about it being a water sport, you're going to want Sport, right? Premier is if you are sleek and chic fashionista or you really want it to be discreet. Again, comes in those two colors, so blue and charcoal. So if you care about the looks, if you're like, I don't want anyone knowing I'm treating, or I just need it to look cool, I'm going to a business meeting, I'm traveling for work, I need it to match my outfit, I need it to look professional, that's what Premier is for, right? These both are battery rechargeable. This one is battery replaceable. Waterproof is wonderful. The light gray is my favorite color. Oh, I know. I really believe that some people honestly buy this one just because the color is so fantastic. It's really beautiful. Like I said, like if you're wearing white, I think it's probably the nicest one for that. So yeah, that is everything. We're so excited to be here in Market. We definitely want to be doing more of these events, but for right now, again, we have the 30% off just because as an introductory rate. So the prices you see in Market right now are the 30% off. They're already marked down. So you're saving quite a bit on each of these. So yeah, thank you everybody. This was so much fun. We hope you try Relief Band and you find relief and get back to doing all those things you love. Thanks guys. We'll talk soon.